Hello, welcome to my channel. Welcome back if you've been here before. This pick a card reading is a general reading, so it should fit any situation you find yourself in. And as always, we have our 3 piles here, with group 1 on the left through to group 3 on the right. The timestamps will be in the description box below, along with the cards that I'm using. If you'd like a private reading with me, you can book that in the description box below. And that being said, I'll leave you with your selection, and I hope you enjoy your reading. Hey group 1, and welcome to your reading. If you've chosen the rainbow aura quartz cluster, looks like a bit of an explosion, then this one is for you. So the rainbow quartz can be a supportive stone when releasing dysfunctional relationships and releasing grief and resentment surrounding those experiences. It can also be an activating stone that helps bring that energy for life back. Taking up a new journey and getting the motivation and encouragement to persevere on a new path potentially. And also, I just feel like with the fact that it has been, I was going to say tampered with, I don't know why, maybe that resonates in a way, but because it has been altered, that tells me that there's potentially a lot of alterations happening in your own life, or you might be creating something yourself or altering and changing something in a big way. So group 1, we'll jump into the reading. We'll look at some of the energies here first. I can see Leo straight up on the table, so is Sagittarius here, so lots of fire. Cancer's here and twice, Pisces as well, Aquarius, Scorpio and Taurus. So might be energy you're dealing with, might be your sign, doesn't matter too much if it's not. So we're going to jump into the past energy as always. And we have got a bit of interesting energy here with the 4 of Swords, the 10 of Wands. Straight up just looking at the imagery here, there's been a lot on your mind. There's been a lot that you've been carrying and trying to move through and process. We have the 2 of Pentacles. We have strength. So it's that time of the morning where the morning sun's kind of, it'll pass soon. So with this energy here, it looks like you have been, like, even when I look at all of these cards, it feels like you have been very alone in at this time, in maybe recent days, past weeks, who knows. But to me, this is a time where you have just been sort of relying on yourself for guidance, for comfort, just all of the things you've been carrying. I think you've been carrying them on your own, and I feel like you've been trying your best to navigate through these challenges. It's been very heavy with the 10 of Wands there, maybe a situation from the past you haven't quite been able to let go of, and I feel like you've been trying your best to release this pain. Like the most recent energy, like strength, is where you might find yourself now. So this is more past energy. So that is changing with the 2 of Pentacles. Like you're on the up a little bit. There might be still this sense of unknowing and not really feeling like you're on the up, but you are. Strength is here because you're overcoming something that has perhaps had a little bit of control over you in the past. Maybe it's your emotions, maybe it's your thoughts, maybe it's the desire to do something that might not be in your best interest. You might want to revisit something, you might feel called to dig up something from the past. But then there's another part of you that says, no, I really shouldn't do that. That's not the right thing for me. I need to release, or I need to heal, or I need to choose differently, or I need to, there's potentially also a lot of overworking energy here for some of you. For some of you, you might have been increasing your hours at work or distracting yourself with that, or this could be so many different things. For some of you, you have also, for some, this is an energy of feeling a little unwell. Maybe you've been under the weather and unable to really be at the top of your game like you have in the past. But either way, there's something here that seems to be sort of weighing heavy on you, and it's got you really thinking about where you need to head moving forward and what you want. So in the current energy, the week ahead, what we're looking at here, it is what it is, group 1. I mean, if this is your reading, it'll resonate by now. If not, choose a different one, because it is more of a difficult situation, but we can move through this. So starting with the Page of Cups, we have the 5 of Cups, the 4 of Cups, the 4 of Pentacles, Tower and Tower and Temperance came together in this reading. So when these come together, it's the way it fell down on the table as I was shuffling was very much like it's the guidance or the advice over this energy in a sense. It's also literal. We'll get to it in a tick. But what I see here with the Page of Cups, for some of you, you might be waiting. This could be vice versa. If this is a relationship breakdown that you've experienced, or a friendship disagreement, or something, a rift in the family, it could go either way. You're either waiting for an apology from this person, you're hoping that they will reach out and clear the air with you, or it might be the other way around. You might be really wishing that you could make amends or reach out to a person. With the Page of Cups here, it feels like apologies. It feels like, so for some of you, this will come out of the blue. There may be an apology. For others, it's just a wish that you could make amends. And the Five of Cups here and the Four of Cups here is a lot of disappointment around this situation. So it could be a friendship that's let you down. It could be an expectation or something that you've hoped for that just hasn't really come to life or come forward. For a lot of you, I feel like you might be putting a lot of these emotions, these feelings into your creative endeavors. So if you're a musician or if you're an artist, or a writer, whatever you do, you might be expressing how you feel through your creativity a little bit. Some of you may be trying that but feeling creative blocks. There's a whole bunch of energy in this week ahead, and a lot of it, like a jumper says, over it, if you can see that. I don't know how it's showing. But what I'm also seeing here, this is where the Tower and the Temperance come into it. You see the two cups behind her. See the cup that's being offered here. Even in the Page of Cups, like the Page of Cups, actually, now that I connect to that, for a lot of you, it's a sweet little offering. It's something nice. It could be a friend offering you a coffee. It could be just a little sweet mercy from the universe. Just something nice from someone somewhere. And it's sweet, but it may trigger you even further somehow in reflection, or it may just not, I don't know. It's sweet, but it's still, you've got something else you're dealing with that's like kind of overshadows this sweet thing that might come in. So maybe it's an offer that you're not ready for, you're not interested in, or maybe it's just literally this situation where the universe is offering you something but you can't quite see that there's a potential blessing in this circumstance here. So with the Tower and Temperance being the two major arcanas that overshadow your week, and sort of it is towards the end of the week, so for some of you it may be a Tower moment yet to come, but for so many of you, I do feel like this is the Tower is already here. You've probably already been experiencing it or have experienced it, and the Temperance is asking you to rebalance after this moment, to surrender. Literally, there it is, surrender to the divine. We have a culmination of experiences with this full moon here. So something is coming to a head potentially. So surrender to this experience. Understand that there's very, I'm going to say it, this is happening for me, not to me, right? That might be your affirmation during this experience, even if you can't quite see that, because you do have the card Progressions in your reading as well, which talks about the bigger karmic sweeps of your life, the karmic fate, destiny. And when you see this card, it means that the things in your life that are happening have a lot more to do with the bigger picture of where your life is heading, rather than the small details that you're experiencing right now. So it is really a card of trust that this journey is exactly as it's supposed to be. You've even got the Wheel of Fortune in your challenge, which makes me feel like, you're not potentially seeing yet that where life is headed, or where this journey is taking you, or why things have to go the way that they are. But Progressions is here because you are on a journey and life is changing for you. And not all of these changes are comfortable. The Four of Pentacles and the Four of Cups tell me that you might just want to push people away, or sort of be on your own a little bit and rebuild your strength. And it's like, I feel like you might feel like you've been putting in so much work somewhere, somehow, and it doesn't feel like you're seeing the results of it, or things just, don't seem to feel like it's working in the way you'd like. But you've got to trust that it is, because of that surrender to the divine card and the progressions journey card, and even this card too, which is your personal power this week. So this is what the power that you are in this week, and it's that I have a higher purpose. So trusting, your power this week is in trusting that there is a higher purpose behind the events that are unfolding right now. So in the challenge, we have got the 10 of Cups, the Wheel of Fortune, and the 7 of Wands. So the challenge for some of you could have a lot to do with family situations, with the 10 of Cups being here and feeling either on the out of a situation, feeling like you can't quite obtain the happiness you desire, like karmic fate or destiny isn't really turning in your favor. That might be what you're feeling is a challenge at the moment, or that you, for some of you, may feel, okay, so for a lot of you, there's been a cycle, round and round and round, too many times, right? And that cycle has ended. But when these bigger cycles or these repetitive things, or like comfort zones, I guess, are taken away from us, and we don't have that to sort of run to or lean on anymore, it feels like, yeah, just that feeling that something really, something comforting to you has been removed from your life, or you don't have access anymore, and that's extremely challenging for you. And you might be sort of, what do I want to say? I feel like there's a hardness here. Like, are you being hard on yourself? Is someone else being hard on you? Do you feel like, potentially feeling, oh, God, I feel like all a bit jumbled up at this point. Like, is it, because I feel like you're refusing to sit in a victim mentality about this. Like, it's something you really don't want for yourself. You don't want to be a victim. You don't want to think about things in that framework. What am I saying here? I feel as well that there's like, you might be looking at someone who's doing really well somehow, like whether it's a friend or just even someone you might compare yourself to. And you might feel a sense of competition with this person. If it's not a sense of competition, you might just, like I said, compare and feel like, when am I going to get my chance? Or how hard is it going to be for me to let the wheel turn in my favor? Like, when is it going to be? Like, what have I got to go through to turn this around in my favor? That's the sort of energy I'm getting with the challenge there. But what will help with this challenge? We have the Knight of Wands, the World, and the 3 of Swords. So that light is a little bit. There we go. Is that better? Okay, so what will help with the challenge is ending cycles of impulsive reactions to things, with the Knight of Wands being here, inconsistency, impulsive action, not thinking things through. You do have the first card that actually came out for your reading is Air Spirit Knowledge, and it is a number 1. It's on a progressive journey here with the boat. But this is a card that asks you to really think things through before you make a decision. And when we see this here in the World and the 3 of Swords, it's saying that you do be very careful with your choices and your thoughts. And if you feel called to do something, so I shouldn't say the word called, because that's not what it is. If you feel pulled in some way to do something, whether like an impulsive thing or something that will... something that might gratify you in the moment, but long term it's not a good idea. What I'm seeing with these cards, what will help with this challenge is ending cycles of repeating patterns of the past, or doing things that you need to end the cycle with. The 3 of Swords, the World, is there. So this may be inconsistent energy. This could be within yourself or within another, that you need to sort of rebalance that. If it's in self, if it's with another, then perhaps assert a boundary where required, and you take the space needed to heal. There's also a message here of physical exercise and getting moving with your body, feeling a lot better and stronger in that regard. Cardiovascular exercise, strength building, also travel as well. So any little trips you might be planning to go on, things like that might be really, really beneficial for you. With careful planning, you could definitely plan a nice trip. I do see a lot of travel in the outcome of this reading, actually. There is a need to heal from old cycles, and for some of you, this is about not attracting, or things come our way, right? But we don't have to accept them. And for some of you, this might be the certain type of person that you're just sort of done with dealing with. These traits could be within yourself as well, and you're sort of like leveling up and healing from past patterns. And the underlying energy of this reading is the King of Pentacles. So Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy here, but it is talking about your stability. And you might be really focused on your work or really trying to focus on building something here. You've got the Four of Pentacles in your middle of your week. So although there's a lot of emotional turmoil this week, there's a lot of like feelings, and there's a lot of internalizing some of those feelings, I would say. The one thing you've got to lean on is rebuilding or building your business or building your stability or building your physical strength in some way. So further guidance here, we have the Moon, the Six of Wands and the Three of Wands. For some of you, this is secretly waiting for a message, like just this, or somebody else is just quietly waiting to hear from you, and they've been wondering when, or vice versa. I can't really pick which way this is going for this reading, but it does look like there's someone who's sort of been watching and waiting to hear from you, and they do expect to hear from you soon, or vice versa, however it resonates with you. The Moon here as well, like this, another message here, the first message I actually got when I pulled these cards was that there is a knowing inside of you that you are moving into a successful time in your life. It's just that you might not quite, like, I'm feeling like, oh, where, you know? And some of you might be feeling that as I say it, like, what? Others of you will know and subconsciously feel that you're being pulled in a direction where you're meant to be sharing your message, or you're meant to be showcasing your work, or you're meant to be putting yourself out there again, or, you know, however that is to you. Is it on the dating scene? Is it on your... to do with your own personal business and building yourself up, building up like your reputation. There's a part of you that knows that you are destined for success, and that this is meant to be a really positive thing that you're moving towards. So to me, when I look at this, it's like this undercurrent of belief that you will be moving towards a lot of abundance and a lot of success in your life. Six of Wands, people are going to be watching you and seeing your success and all of your hard work. For a lot of you though, this feels so far off in the distance with the Moon there. It's just this like subtle pull towards a direction, or this subtle inkling, or maybe it's come through dreams, premonitions, or readings, or messages that it's not quite confirmed, but you just know that you're meant to be successful, you're meant to be very popular, or you're meant to be known for what you do, and you're just waiting for those opportunities to come your way. You're waiting for the right timing, cultivating. So our outcome energy for this reading, I love to see all of this after such a heavy cards through the recent energy in the week ahead. This is nothing you can't handle. Like as I look at all of this, it's like what do I want to say about it? It's almost like you've maybe steeled yourself, if that makes sense. Like there's something about your armor right now that you're just not letting it get to you. Like you're dealing with it, you're processing it. It seems like almost on a surface level potentially. Like there's something you're not letting penetrate deep in your heart or the core of your being. Like you're really strong in a sense, and I don't know how to articulate that, or if it's a good thing or not. Like I'm sure it is. It's your coping mechanism potentially. Anyway. Outcome energy, Eight of Wands, the Fool, and the Chariot. This is a lot of travel. This is a lot of movement forward. And even before I saw these cards, I was already picking up on going on like a bit of a journey by yourself potentially. You've got a little motorbike here. Maybe you pack two motorbikes here. So you may have a motorbike. You may want to go ride freely. You know, this is a new journey for you. It's that new beginning that you had a inkling about, it is coming for you. So there's going to be opportunities coming your way. There's going to be plans, there's movement, communication. Things are happening here in the outcome that take you to the next level. With the Chariot here, there's going to be challenges along the way, but you've got what it takes to navigate and overcome these challenges because of what you've been through in the past. You've got a lot of experience here, but you're ready for something new, something completely different. You don't want the same as what you've had, is what I see here. So for some of you, that means relocating completely. For others of you, a different workplace. For some of you, it's a complete life overhaul. For some of you, it's the types of relationships and friends that you surround yourself with. This is so many different things, but it's big change. The Fool is here for a new beginning. The Eight of Wands is here to push you forward in that direction. And the Chariot tells me you have the abilities to navigate the challenge along the way. So let's look at the oracles. We already did see the spirit of knowledge, using your knowledge to navigate this path, the knowledge of your experiences, using intellect to be very discerning. There's a strong message with this card to be very careful with what you're choosing, to think things through very thoroughly, and to learn from the patterns of the past. Surrender to the divine is here. A culmination of events is bringing you to closure in some way. We have progressions and journey. We already spoke about it. Higher purpose. I feel like they go together. This journey is taking you onto your higher purpose where you belong, even if you don't see that right now. It is a real need to trust. You have the cat spirit and the badger spirit, 2 animals this week. The cat spirit is about claiming your independence. And I just looked down, I see Leo's strength card here. Look at that. Might be a lion in you. But the cat, independence. So this could be about striking. We've got the King of Pentacles here. This could be about striking out on your own with regards to your business and your work. This could be anything, but as it says, claim your independence. Do what is right for you. Learn from the past. And also with the claim your independence, it sits above the 4 of Pentacles. I see it's a 13, which is a 4. So it's also that message that there may be a bit of work to be done to build up your independence, to build up your strength, to build up this thing that you want to create, the stability. You have badger spirit, be fearless and bold. And as we know, badgers can be a bit of a badger, right? So if you're dealing with that energy, claim your independence. You know, say no. You don't have to tolerate people that push you around, or relationships that you feel like you need to change to fit into. People that maybe squash you or manipulate or push you in a certain direction that just doesn't feel right or good for you. Being fearless and bold is also that message to just go for it. Do what is right for you. We have some self-care cards and some tea leaf oracle. So with the self-care, we have hydrate, always important. To take plenty of water. Maybe you don't take enough water. Maybe you drink other things instead. But water is brilliant. If you like flavor, there's herbal tea. It's good for your belly, good for your mind. We have pleasure. I'll leave that with you. We have a misunderstanding with the wall. So there may be a wall between you and another. And I just looked down and see the 5 of Cups when I've said that. So there is a lot of sadness on the other side of that wall. There's a lot of sadness in this situation. There's a lot of grief here. There's also a lot of love in a sense. Like I feel that. I don't want to connect to it for too long because it's a really big sadness, but love, and it's so tender and like I want to say sweet, but it's an unfortunate loss in a sense. I don't know. We'll leave that. We have unicorn. Use your intuition to make beneficial changes. We know, I was going to say I feel like, but it's like, you know, your intuition's been guiding you for a long time with regards to this matter. And potentially you haven't wanted to listen to it, potentially. But do listen to your intuition because it is guiding you to make beneficial changes. And I'm hearing some of that is to do with exercise and your physical health. We have bouquet, compliments from an admirer. Definitely see potential for that in the outcome here with the 8 of Wands coming towards the Fool as you find yourself in a new place, in new energy, very much released the past. As we've come off that eclipse, you've probably really, and the full moon too, like that may have been things may have come to the surface in that time, and what I feel is there's a clearing happening there. And with the 8 of Wands coming towards the Fool, you may get messages from a secret admirer or just someone, maybe they're not secret, but there is somebody who is potentially quite sweet on you. We have hand, in need of help, assistance and guidance. So don't be afraid to reach out for that help, because some of the things you're going through, someone might just say something that hits a little differently that really does actually help. So don't shut yourself off to support. and listen to the messages that come through the universe, from strangers, from life itself, because everything is a conduit. So group 1, that is what I have for you in this reading. I hope it has resonated. I hope you have enjoyed it, and I look forward to reading for you all again next week. Bye. Hey group 2, and welcome to your reading if you've chosen the Jade Lady. And this one is for you. So when Jackson chose this one, he said it needs to be facing this way. And then he had a bit of a joke about the big butt. When he turned it this way, I took it as the message that you might be turning your back on something, you might be walking away. But then when he laughed about the big butt, I thought, well, maybe you're doing some booty exercises. Maybe you're working out at the moment. Maybe you're working on the glutes. But the message of Jade is a message of many blessings, good health, good finance, healing. It is a very cherished and loved stone across many cultures, is jade, and it has all sorts of different meanings linking to prosperity and good health. So that might be a real focus for you at this time, group 2. So let's have a look at this reading. I can see underlying energy is actually Leo here with the Strength card. I can see Scorpio on the table as well. And Capricorn is here also. And Aquarius too. In fact, all the stars, if you think about it, because there's a bit of an astrology card here too. So everyone's here in that sense. So group 2, let's have a look at the past energy and jump right in. Wonder if, okay. I just wanted to clarify this first, and I got that clarification in a little split. So past energy, we have the Devil, the Ace of Cups, and the Nine of Cups. So when I did a little split, I just wanted to confirm that Devil energy, and I saw the Eight of Wands and Temperance. So it's like with the Devil energy, there might be something, I mean, this could be anything, right? This could be addiction to a certain pattern of eating, like binge eating or something. This could be drinking. This could be a toxic relationship. This could be overworking, just something that is draining your life force, something that is not good for you. And for some of you, when I saw the Eight of Wands and Temperance, it might be something you still want in your life for some reason or another, something you are finding hard to let go of. Maybe you don't want it, but it's like hard to let go of, because of the nature of the Devil's energy. Like, it is attachment. It is hard to unbind yourself from this energy. You can be controlled. Like, he's got ice cream, he's got money. And with the smoke in the background, it's what stuck out the most to me. It's like, where there's smoke, there's fire. Like, there's red flags here. Red flag central, I'm hearing, for some. This is past energy. You might be well out of it, but it is here in the reading because you're moving away from it, I believe. This energy could be showing up within yourself or within another in a situation. So with the Ace of Cups and the Nine of Cups, it's almost like she's turned her back on this Devil energy. So maybe this is a relationship of the past. Maybe this is something of the past that you're overcoming. With the Ace of Cups here, you found self-love because of this situation potentially. It has increased your self-love, and you're cooking something new. You're calling in new love potentially, or you're calling in, if this is an unhealthy dynamic in your relationship, then you're calling in healing with this partner. I see these two doves circling each other here. There's magic on the mind. You've got a cauldron cooking. Like, you've got so much going for you is what I want to say. And even with this Nine of Cups, it's sort of, you're still facing away. Like, each step you take brings you even more love, brings you even more wish fulfillment. That's the biggest message, right? And you probably know, because, like, say you've decided to quit smoking, and then suddenly something comes up that wouldn't have if you didn't quit smoking, like whatever that thing might be. It is like one blessing and then 9, like you are being shown, yes, that's the right thing. Yes, you did it. That sort of encouragement. It is a time for healing and a time for you to really look at what your biggest wish fulfillment is and what can you build for yourself here. I'm just seeing that with the castle in the sand, I feel like as well, that's that message that your dreams are bigger than they were before potentially. And what you want is way more than what you once thought you could have. It's what I feel like. You're starting to connect to your worth in a bigger way potentially. And what I feel with the sand castle is the future, because her back is a bit to that castle in a sense. It's like your future is not going to be made of sand. Like, it's not something that the waves can just take away. it's going to be something more stable for you. So in the current energy, the week ahead, we have got the Wheel of Fortune, the King of Wands, the Nine of Pentacles. So lots of change and blessings here. The Wheel of Fortune is showing that there is a karmic cycle that is shifting for you. For some of you, this could be opening up new avenues with travel or with regard to your vision that you have for your life, with the King of Wands being here. For some of you, this King of Wands is an external person who is either guiding you or teaching you or offering something to you that could be very beneficial, whether it's just a person you're meeting for a brief period in your life or somebody who's maybe more long-term in your journey. I'm not picking up on too much romantic connection here, although there could be. It just feels like this person has your best interest. They could be a boss, they could be a friend, like I'm really not too sure. And I also want to read this as your energy as well, in showing that you've got this vision for your life. You want to do it on your own potentially. Like there might be something you want, but you want it to be yours. You want it so no one can take it from you, or something like this. Like you want to make this something of yourself potentially. Like I just feel like you are growing a lot, and it is showing on you. It is really showing. So if you've been going through a workout regime for a little while now, it's starting to really show, and people are seeing it. That Nine of Pentacles, the growth on her dress, really, like that's all I could really see in that card. And also the pot plant in the back for some reason. So some of you might love a potted garden, or you might be getting a new pot plant this week, or something so sweet about your garden in that sense. Aromatherapy feels important as well, so maybe you're using oils and diffusing, just enjoying natural remedies and natural smells. Planning an adventure, planning a little getaway by yourself, I'm seeing here too for some of you. And when you get there, you can just see a broom and a hat underneath. She's like, no, I don't need that for a bit. I'm just going to rest here for a while. So maybe you're having a bit of a break somehow this week, or maybe you're just sitting with all that you have and can breathe for a moment without needing to try and do more or be more. Just sit with what you've got. And it feels fulfilling in some way. So as we progress further into the week ahead, there is a something. Well, first we'll start with the Seven of Cups. And what I feel for this is a bit of a blessing card too, I do feel this particular time, because it's to say that you can have anything you want, I feel. At this time in your life, it's like, for some of you, you may just have a bit more freedom in your day where you can choose to focus on a different cup each day. Or maybe you get the opportunity to mix it up a little bit. You might have a bit more freedom to sort of just choose how you want to spend your day or what you want to focus on. And there's so many different opportunities. I really see all of these cups as a bit of a blessing. None of them are like a typical Seven of Cups has usually like something like a snake coming out of the cup or just something to run from. And with this one, I'm not really getting any need to sort of worry too much, because you can be flexible with what you're choosing. You can be flexible with what you're doing. You've even got the card flexibility here with Willow Spirit, which is asking you to be flexible. The oak is mighty and strong, but the willow will bend, not break. So there's the message here of the Willow Spirit of being able to be changeable and move with the flow of changes that are happening for you. So if this is like, this could also be literally like to do with that flexibility where you've got an appointment here, you've got to do your thing there. You've got so many little things to run to that you just need to go with the flow and be flexible as you can and just do your best. It's really what it feels like. It's just like do your best. And I'm just not picking up anything to worry about so much with regards to where you're at and just you and the way you're being guided in your journey right now. Like, you can trust that guidance that comes from within. So there is something else that pops up at the end of the week. We have the Six of Cups, and to clarify that, I got the Nine and the Seven of Wands. So for some of you, this may be somebody popping up from the past. It could be a family situation. It could be anything really where you just want to maybe distance yourself from that situation. Nine of Wands, you're exhausted by this. You have said all that you can potentially, or maybe there's more to be said. I don't know if there's more to be said. Maybe closure needs to happen. I don't know. Maybe you need to clear the air in a situation with this person so that you can move on. But what I'm actually getting here is that it feels tiresome and pointless. Take it if it resonates, but it just feels like you're not going to, like, as much as you want, or I just don't feel like they're going to see things from your point of view, or I just don't feel like they're on your wavelength, or so, whatever the situation is. And I don't see a meeting of minds or a seeing eye to eye, as they say. Strength is on the bottom of the deck here too. So, you know, is it? Okay. I'm just wondering if her wand was concocting energy like this one in another area. You see the tornado in the background too. She keeps that at bay with her power, with her strength, right? Her ability to overcome the lower nature, or that thing that wants to run to something from the past that's not healthy for you. Having the strength to overcome that. So it's in one way or another, the past is showing its face with the Six of Cups. And it is a real challenge. It's a real challenge. When the Seven of Wands here, let's clarify. With the Seven of Wands, it's just asking you to really, and I'm just looking at this too now, it's asking you to just stand up for yourself. And it even angle, where I put it down on the table, it angles up towards this card, which is your personal power for this week. I deserve respect. This is the power you ought to be in this week, knowing that you deserve respect. And look at her. She's not scornful about it. She's happy. Like, I know my worth. I'm good and bless you. You know, that's what it feels like. You know, if you don't meet my level, that's cool. Bless you. That's good. I'm okay with that. That's what it feels like. It feels like you're okay with not being like in alignment with something or someone. Like, let that be. Maybe that comes back to the flexibility. Maybe that's just how far you've come with your healing and your self-love, where you're just like, you know, I know I'm good with me, and that's kind of all that matters. So let's confirm this energy. I'm not sure if I shuffled yet. I must have, because strength was on the bottom. Look what we've revealed. Wow. So the Five of Wands, Magician, Queen of Swords. This is arguments, conflict, right? Fights, not seeing eye to eye. It's all of that drama, gossip, petty bullshit. Ugh. But the Magician and the Queen of Wands is here. Queen of Swords, sorry. The Magician has got all of the tools to use. Completely competent. Queen of Swords, she's seen it before. She knows what to do and say. Very intellectual, very honest. Also, collaboration is there with the Aquarius energy. So there's an opportunity that you're manifesting that's going to be beneficial for you. I see the star here. Aquarius energy, right? We just said it. Woo! Okay. All right. We got the Knight of Pentacles, and we got the Six of Wands with the Knight of Cups on the bottom. My goodness. There is somebody who wants your attention. Take it or leave it, whoever this is for. Maybe not for everyone romantically, but it could be to do with work. Maybe somebody's scouting you out. But the Knight of Cups is on the bottom of the deck, and it's not the first time I've seen it in this reading. I was touching it before and saw it. So, and what have I got there? The Empress. Okay. So the Knight of Cups to the Empress, they'll have to do a bit better. That's what I see there. They're going to have to do better. But the Knight of Pentacles here and the Six of Wands star, well, the message that somebody is very interested in you, absolutely. That might not be the right thing for you. It may be. It's up to you. This is your journey completely, and this is a general reading, so take what resonates, leave the rest. But with the star, Knight of Pentacles, Six of Wands, regardless of any relationships you're in right now, your life is headed in a better direction, in a really positive direction. Like, you're really future focused. You're going to be getting a lot of attention, whether that's from your work that you do or just the sheer light that shines out of you. Like, people are noticing and going to be noticing. And so when I see the Seven of Wands, Nine of Wands up, dealing with someone, like, you don't have to be in this energy. You just be good with you is kind of how it feels here. So maybe disengage from conflict if you just don't need to. Anything else? There's a lot of healing in this situation for you personally. And, okay. I was going to say, is that new love? Because the Seven of Cups, her hand, if it does touch anything, it touches the hearts. And the Four of Pentacles is here though. So, you might not be so open to that right now. You might just a time for you to still, tend to yourself and what you need before coming out into the world in a bigger way. but that is happening for you. You're going to be noticed, you're going to be seen. You're going to want to protect your energy. Yeah, okay, something else there. Okay, there's that Knight of Cups again. I was just about doing that to confirm the challenge energy, because these all came out in a clump and I wasn't overly surprised. We have the King of Cups, we have the Seven of Swords, and we have the Page of Swords. So this King of Cups energy is likely another person who has been potentially sneakily watching you, or just keeping their eye on what you're up to. This could be obviously ex energy, or a family member, somebody who is interested in what you're up to. Like, there's the Knight of Cups was there, so it could be romantic. We've got the Ten of Cups, so definitely could be family, romantic. You could have once had something very special with this person, maybe you still do, and it's just really challenging right now, because what I'm seeing in this energy is emotional manipulation and lies. Seven of Swords is not an honest energy. The King of Cups surrounded by this is just, that is tumultuous and impossible to unravel, is what I feel about that. Like, that there's, again, it's that same feeling I got before, but it's just not gonna see eye to eye. Like, it just straight up no, just fucking no. I'm sorry my language there, but wow. Connecting to it a bit. I felt that way in group 1 for a moment there too. So maybe you felt drawn to group 1, but don't want to touch it too much. Group 1's was a different energy I connected to, but still, it's like, don't want to sit there too long. You'll know what that's about, what that feels like, because it's, obviously you're in it there. But anyway, in the what will help with this manipulative energy, what will help with this potential betrayal energy, this like just dishonesty. Here, the Page of Swords is somebody who's very curious and wants to know more, but isn't giving away their cards. They're not showing their hand. What will help with this energy? Well, first of all, the Ace of Swords, truth, clarity, seeing things for what they are. But then we had the Death card, and this particular Death card, there is can you see that there's this tiny little tether left yet to be cut? And you hold the sword in your hand, and with the Death card, it's like you have been guided towards this severance, to cut the cord, to release yourself. What was that? Was that there too? Yeah, the 10 of Pentacles. So that you can have more stability in your life. The transformation and the change, the answers, you're damn well and clear as day knowing that you have right now to do a certain thing. Whether that's to do with your health, your fitness, or your dedication to your work, or just healing and removing yourself from something unhealthy. It transforms your whole life and leads you towards this image. This is leaving a legacy. This is long-term thinking. This is something that precedes you in your journey. This is massive. This is an abundance. This is what I feel like everything you want. And it's through the honesty and the clarity and the cutting of away of a situation that you will have that. You'll begin to build that with the Four of Pentacles being here. You already have so much abundance. You've already got everything required. So further guidance here, we have got the Five of Pentacles, Two of Wands, and the Five of Swords. So we've already seen the Five of Wands in this reading as well. So there's lots of change here. Lots of change going on in your life. Five of Pentacles is an abandonment energy, right? It's being left in the cold, as we all know. It's feeling like potentially not having enough, not being enough, for some, not for everybody. Potentially this is another energy. They have not brought enough to the table, so you're looking in a different direction. However this applies, resonates. Maybe it's an underpaid job. Maybe it's just poor health and not having energy or, general resource to achieve your goals and move through life. With the Two of Wands and then the Five of Swords, Two of Wands is like, well, what can I do about it? I'm at a crossroads. Where am I going to go from here? And you hold the hand in the world in your hand. I just love the way the pussycat looks up to. Like, so much faith, so much love. Like, how much, so maybe you've got someone special, maybe it's your child, there's someone, maybe it's spirit, like maybe it's maybe it's literally a pussycat. Like, but there's just like, they're so proud of you. There's someone really proud of you I'm getting here. and just looks up to you and just like, I'm gushy. I don't know who this is. But they love to see you in your power. They love to watch you evolve. They just love you. They just love you. Oh, goodness. Anyway, so the Two of Wands, the Five of Swords. You are, no more. Five of Swords is walking away from the battlefield. You know, it can potentially be a victory card in some circumstances, but in this one, it's cut your losses and run. Out of here. You know, Two of Wands, start planning for something else. The outcome energy, well, it is what it is. You know, the Ten of Wands, I was like a little surprised it wasn't a little lighter, but fair enough. Like, it is lighter in the sense that Six of Swords is here, but it's just an ongoing release, I would say. The Ten of Wands is here in the outcome with the Eight of Swords. So that heaviness you felt trapped to, that inability to really let go. Like, maybe you've left the situation a long time ago, but you're still thinking about it. Whatever that it is, that it feels like it still weighs heavily on your shoulders. And Eight of Swords, impossible to release. Like, how? What do I? When? You know, that whole sitch. The Six of Swords is here because you're moving out of that. You know, it's not going to be beneficial to carry it where you're going. It doesn't belong with you where you're headed. There's no room for it. It'll weigh you down, and you need the space for what's coming in. You need the lightness. You really do. I feel like really feel that more in saying it now than I have any other point in that reading. Like, you've just really got to trust that the space you're creating in your life, the subtle changes, the big changes, they create the space that's necessary for this new life, this new energy to come in. It's so necessary. So we have in the Oracle, we had Willow Spirit talking about flexibility, being changeable, being able to move along with the changes, not letting, like, don't let these changes break you. We have Balsamic Moon, time for healing. 100%, it is all through this reading. It is a time for healing. You have Aquarius, collaborate here as well. And so for some of you, I think it was when I was originally shuffling, I was thinking about Saturn in Aquarius. So some of you might have Saturn in Aquarius. I've got a lot happening in Aquarius right now. Picking up first house Aquarius for some of you there. But anyway, collaboration. So this I feel like it's already upon you for many. Like, this might be one of the many cups you've got opportunity wise. Like, there is a collaboration, more than one potentially for some of you, whether it's to do with your creative stuff, maybe one's to do with work, maybe one's to do with just an idea in the works. Like, there's a lot of opportunity for the right people to come into your world and work with you and build something great. Collaboration that's really beneficial, and more than one person. Yeah, I'm seeing 1, 2, 3 hands. 3 hands hold this bigger urn, vase, whatever, that tips into your cup. So you've got, you know, more than one hand willing to help you right now. You've got the Vulture Spirit, nothing is wasted. I actually feel like going to the book for that one. We might do that. Hang on. And we had 2 animals. We also had the Elephant Spirit, learn from the past. I feel like going to the book, so we will. And it's 63, which is a 9, ending of cycles. All right. So what seems hideous has its own beauty. And the recycling and repurposing the vulture does, the recycling and repurposing the vulture does is as important as any other activity in nature that supports the cycle of life. Vulture Spirit's message is that nothing is to be wasted, for nature sees value in everything that exists. What seems rotten and ugly has the potential to be transmuted into something beneficial, and you are reminded that any suffering you have experienced has not gone to waste. Wisdom and understanding that rose from the experience are talismans that will serve you on your journey wherever you go. What is decaying is only changing form and will fertilize seeds that you wish to plant, turning that which has passed away into substance that will support new growth. All that you may wish to deny or discard has value and can be repurposed and reintegrated into the new you that you are becoming and new life that you are dreaming into being. No pain was in vain and no experience was wasted, for you have the power to use it to co-create something far better. This is the miracle in your partnership with Spirit. What does that say? Okay, yeah. Learn from the past. How are they not a perfect combination? I'm glad I went to the book for that, because it's exactly what it is saying. Just learn from that experience, learn from the past. We have the card alone time, and while there's a lot of opportunity and potential interest coming your way, it's really nice for you to just take a bit of time for you. Maybe you want to go to the beach. Maybe you want to, there's a actually sweet mermaid meditation that comes to mind. It's on YouTube. I've probably mentioned it on the channel before. It's a guided meditation called A Mermaid Adventure or something, and it's actually in 3 parts, so you get to listen to the same voice guide you again through the next part of that journey another time. So maybe something like that might be really nice, like something fun, an adventure with yourself, whether it's meditation or a physical. I deserve respect, just a reminder, that is your personal power this week. Don't forget it. Look to the stars is here. Maybe some of you are studying astrology, or maybe you're just taking note of the current transits, like we have just had an eclipse, and there has been, massive karmic cycles clearing at that time. And some tea leaf oracle for you. We have ant, work, achievement, success. And as we know, ants are hard workers. I do see that in your energy here. Same with a horse, they are hard workers. But we have short journey here. You may be going on a short journey. This could be my reading. I'm going on a short journey in a moment. We have pale, time to get out of a situation. And I liked to see that after we had Jackson saying that the lady needs to be facing away. And we also saw that throughout the tarot as they came to be. Oracles are always pulled first for the readings, then the tarot. And then we have camel, persevere and you will overcome problems. Again, all of these actually, now I look at it, are hard-working animals. We've got the ant, the horse and the camel. They're all dutifully hard-working. And what I'm also getting is that it's not like you have to really strain to be a hard worker. Like, it's just naturally who you are. You've got stamina, you've got strength, you've got... Maybe your mind is so much stronger that you just can overcome anything. And then the other one is and pale, that's emptying out. So, definitely time to leave a situation there. So group 2, that is what I have for you in this reading. I hope it has resonated. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope it's brought some sort of comfort, clarity or guidance. And I look forward to reading for you all again next week. Bye. Hey group 3, welcome to your reading. If you've chosen the Aura Quartz, then this one is for you. It's so shiny and pretty. So maybe the message of a beauty glow up, because it is an altered stone. But it is also bringing the message of stress release and freeing up limiting beliefs or any limitations that might be on you right now, and creating space for new opportunities for you. For things to evolve, space to grow, room to grow is what it feels like. So group 3, I was going to say group 2 just then, so maybe there's a poll to group 2. Maybe there's a poll to another pile as well. It doesn't matter if there is, you may want to check it. Sometimes you feel strongly pulled to one, and then if you look back after you've finished, another one is completely standing out and the one you just watch is not anymore. That can happen. But anyway, so group 3, your reading. I can see Scorpio on the table here along with Sagittarius. Leo is here as well. Leo shows up in every reading, I've noticed. Maybe because I'm a Leo. We've got the Cancer here as well. So let's jump into your reading. We're going to be looking at the past energies to start with. So group 3, it's an interesting time for you. A little tender, but very sweet. So in the past energy, we have the 7 of Pentacles, 5 of Cups, and the 9 of Cups. So when I see this combination, straight away, I don't know, I feel like you need a reassuring hug. With the 7 of Pentacles here, it's like, you've invested, you've shown up, you've been here. It feels like something that you've been in for a while maybe, and it just with the Five of Cups, there's a sadness attached to this. It's a wish fulfillment though with the Nine of Cups. So what I'm seeing here is there's something that you want and you've been working towards it. You've given it so much love and nurturing. Like look at the way the Reiki energy pours out of this person's hand to nurture this beautiful plant and the seeds that are under the ground still yet to burst with even more life. So there's a lot of promise here in this situation to grow into something so much. Oh, I just noticed something. I suppose I better go to it. Look at the way this tree is all, the roots are all bound and wrapped around like that. And then you've got this oracle card, which we'll go to soon. But isn't that amazing? I only just noticed that. And with this particular card, I think we're going to go to the book for it because I did have a little look before. I thought, yeah, we're going to bookmark that and go to the book when it's time to pull this card up. But look at that. So there is a lot of promise in this situation, and it does show something you've been really, really invested in. And with the Five of Cups, though, there's sadness attached to this situation. And is it because of the timing of things, or just you may not feel like it's totally working out in your favor or how you'd like it to work out? I honestly, looking at this Five of Cups, the sadness is that it's been such a long road is kind of what it feels like. It's just you've really come so far. That's what it feels like. Like, why do I feel so, and there's just so much sadness because of how far you've had to travel, or, you know, how much you've had to go through. And it feels like there is a need. This is past energy, mind you, but it feels like there's been a need to just have a bit of emotional purging, a bit of an emotional release, a bit of a cry, just to be in the feels, to not push them away, to maybe push the world away for a little while so you can really let these feelings come up, because it feels like a really important purge. But the Nine of Cups is right there afterwards, because I guess it's there to show us that although there's sadness in your situation right now, there's actually also a lot of blessings, very near future yet to come and evolve from this situation. You know, like this sadness won't be there forever, but it feels important to honor that sadness though. It feels important to not dismiss it or run away from it because it's uncomfortable. So in the week ahead, we've got some beautiful energy. We're starting the week ahead with the Ace of Cups. So lots of self-love and tender care for you. I'm seeing a lot of Reiki healing here. Maybe you're going to get a treatment. Maybe you are a practitioner and you're working on yourself. We have or it could be any energy medicine, of course. We have the Death card here, Scorpio's energy and rebirth in this one. This is one of my favorite Death cards because just look at it. Like, what a wicked image. We have the Six of Wands and Temperance. So this week things are improving for you. Things are perhaps starting to feel better. You're doing a big purge on that heart space with the Ace of Cups and the Death there, rebirth. You're sort of on the up again. You're picking yourself back up. Maybe you're dusting yourself off after a little misunderstanding or an incident of some kind, a sadness, or just coming out of it. You know, you're finding balance again. You're finding a lot more patience in your heart again, and you're getting noticed. So for some of you, you may be sad about a relationship situation, and that you see healing and amending in sorry, I didn't have the card yet. The next card, the Two of Cups. So as you pick yourself up and transform that energy, transmute that energy, and sort of I'm seeing you lift yourself to a higher vibration, things can find resolution. Your relationships and misunderstandings, or whatever has happened here that may have happened, or things that just aren't quite flowing, things are going to flow again. There's going to be harmony restored. With the Two of Cups here, Temperance, like both of these cards are beautifully balanced. One indicates your own ability to find balance within self and heal and let go and just be able to hold the tension of opposites here, because we do have the Sun and the Moon on either side of this Temperance card. So, you know, and there could actually be an indication of the eclipse here as well, having created a great transformation and a great shift, whether it's energetically or physically. But I do see a lot more attention this week. So potentially being heard, being seen, being witnessed. You got these hands asking for more. So there's a lot of hands reaching out to you. What do I want to say about that? I'm not too sure what to say about it. I know there's something in it. Let's see, what am I seeing in the Six of Wands? Justice. Because there's something about these hands that they can't quite reach you or something. I don't know. Nine of Swords. The King of Wands and the Five of Wands. Four of Swords on the bottom. Okay. So for a lot of you, this is a relationship potentially, whether it's, you know, what type of relationship will be different for everybody, romantic or otherwise. But what I do see here is there's been like maybe a distance or something, and there's a need to reconnect. And I do see you getting that opportunity to reconnect, but it's like maybe you're needing to just focus on yourself a little bit first and get your energy right and do a bit of a purge and just go through whatever this is that you seem to be being moved through. Like, honestly, it feels a little energetic and it feels a little personal. It feels a little internal, and that's okay. It doesn't have to be an external event. Like, it can just be like, I just feel like this right now, and maybe I don't quite know why, or maybe you do, but you know, you're not sure why I have to feel it. You know, it's a whole thing, but you are needing a bit of a rest and to just distance yourself from negative thinking and stress. Like, I think there's a bit of negative thinking, and I feel like that's going to transform with this event or this shift with the lots of self-love with the Ace of Cups, and then death. That self-love brings transformation and shift, and then boom, the attention or the energy or the message or that information or whatever this thing is that's successful, that you're being seen, can reach you. Temperance and the Two of Cups. So we do see soulmate energy here, being guided by angels, lots of relationship healing within these two cards. And the next two cards are the Nine of Wands and the Ace of Swords. So how did that go? It doesn't matter. Maybe it does. Anyway, I can't actually remember how it was on the table. So anyway, we got the Nine of Wands and the Ace of Swords. So this is an opportunity to clear the air with somebody, I feel, for many of you. And for others of you, this is like if you are maybe outgrowing old patterns from childhood or from relationships, just outgrowing is what it feels like. You're outgrowing something. Maybe it's something within yourself you don't resonate with anymore, and you're just purging it and shifting it, and you're leveling up and moving on up. Or you're just like inquiring about there's a shift in you. I don't know how else to put it. Like it just is. And so with the Nine of Wands, I feel like, particularly because the Two of Wands and Temperance was next to it, it's like there's an opportunity to clear the air or have a heart to heart or to really speak your truth and get clarity on a situation that has maybe been ongoing or a bit exhausting, or you've had your guard up around the situation and you haven't known how to really speak your truth or let somebody in, or maybe vice versa. You're feeling like you can't quite get to somebody or reach them, or like you feel like there's some wall up, and you're going to get an opportunity to connect with this person or, you know, find resolution here. And in the challenge area, we have some challenging cards, of course. We've got the Seven of Wands, Four of Cups, Seven of Cups, and the Hanged Man. So this feels to me like, just when I look at this, it's like you're not seeing the bigger picture quite, and that's the challenge. Maybe you're not seeing the bigger picture because it feels, what do I want to say? Like, is the devil in the details? Like, what is this? I almost feel like maybe you don't quite know what to do with yourself with regards to a situation, or maybe in general, like you're just not sure where to turn or what to do or what would be beneficial. Like, just a little bit, I think, because of the Five of Cups here, and I feel like you're just still trying to turn something around and just feel a little bit better. There's defensiveness here with the Seven of Wands. You may feel like you're just trying to find your own personal power. in life right now. And these wands, for some of you, these wands could be all these different challenges coming at you, different people, different opinions, things that you need to just stay strong in your truth and, you know, turn the other cheek potentially, own your power in a situation. But I feel for many of you, these wands are, sorry, my phone went battery low. Anyway, I don't think it should glitch anything. Yeah, what am I saying here? I feel like these wands are like you overcoming some things within self a fair bit. Like, well, maybe that's pessimism or just focusing on things that are challenging, that aren't quite going how you'd like them to go, but you're using this as a power, or like a step up in power. Like, you're not allowing yourself to be victim to this situation. Like, you want to overcome it, you want to strengthen yourself through any challenge that comes your way, because just looking at your cards, you're that type of person. You're gonna grow through things. You're not gonna, like, you don't want to be knocked down. Life does knock us down sometimes, but like, you're always about, what can I learn from this? How can I turn this into something beneficial for me? And the Four of Cups, you know, you see the magical potion being offered, but she's just not seeing it right now. And that's, you know, maybe not quite seeing it right now. But you are the type of person who will get there and will see it. Seven of Cups and the Hanged Man, confusion about a situation that's left in waiting potentially, or feeling like we've seen here, there may be stagnancy, like Seven of Cups and the Seven of Pentacles and the Five of Cups. You know, where you've invested so much and it feels like, you know, when's it going to happen, or what's going on, or am I going to, like, is this a waste of my energy? Like, there's so much here that you're not certain about, and that's the challenge, okay? And with the Hanged Man, you know, that's waiting in suspense. It's like, it is like feeling like, God, the universe is really just forcing me to take a different angle, or take a different route, or like look at this from a different perspective, right? She's hanging upside down. She's illuminated at the crown. The spirit is like, this is happening for your evolution, is what it feels like. Even if it's a subtle challenge, or, you know, it's all there for you to clear old patterns and step more into your power. So what will help with the challenge? We have the Two of Pentacles and Strength. And when I see these two, what was it when I got it? See, shuffling on camera has its benefits, because so much comes as you pull the original cards, but then you sit back to hit record and it's you know, you've passed that energy. You can come back though. Readings would go for like 50 minutes if I did that, because my way of shuffling takes ages. But anyway, so Two of Pentacles, Strength. Yeah. So what I feel here when I saw this originally, now I've tapped back in, it's you're dealing with the two different aspects of a situation, the negative and the positive. Like, what it feels like, or it doesn't have to be so black and white like that, but like there's two very different aspects to a situation that you're still learning how to navigate. Maybe this is two very different aspects to a person you're dealing with, where the 1 minute they're full of love and they're there with you, and then the next minute maybe they're a little bit pulled back, and you're just like trying to find strength with how to balance and navigate these two very opposing energies. Attention of opposites in the Temperance, like I said before, like there's actually two indications of this message, where you are, you know, really dealing with two very polar opposite energies at times. And with the Six of Cups and the Six of Swords here as well, how did that go? Can't remember. For some of you, this is like patterns of childhood, patterns from the past that you are maybe being repeated in current relationships, or things that like abandonment wounds potentially being triggered here. And this Strength card wanting to slip away is like, it is a really, really, really challenging set of circumstances to go through, I feel. But with the Six of Swords and Strength capping that energy, it tells me that you have what it takes to overcome and release yourself from any baggage from the situation. And exactly as the crystal says, I'm just being reminded now, because it is about sort of releasing limitations and creating space for new opportunities. And that's what I see here for you. Group 2 might be calling to you as well, because I think there's a similar vibe there in the sense of creating space and that being very important. In the what is it? I don't know where my head is suddenly, like group 3. I'm like, what, huh? I can't remember things. Maybe that's some of you guys feeling like a little bit like gone. I don't know. Further guidance, that's what it's called. 6 of Pentacles, 5 of Pentacles. I kind of like to see that, although I got a mixed vibe from it too. First one, that one came out first, and straight away when it landed on the table, I was like, oh, okay, balance is restored. It feels like there's balance restored in a situation. So this is generosity, kindness, meeting of the minds, or meeting of needs for each other, and understanding with compassion. It's benevolence. It's all of those energies. 5 of Pentacles and the Wheel of Fortune. See, with the 5 of Pentacles, it's orphan-like energy in this particular card. You know, the key is there, but she hasn't quite been ready to sort of look up and find a way out of this situation yet. And, you know, the help is there, but she might not be quite tapping into it or utilizing that help because her back is turned to the 6 of Pentacles. But the help is there. Like, there's people, I feel, wanting to reach out and help here. Through spirit, through the universe, like in so many different ways, through little messages in life, like YouTube messages, whatever. There's help here. And what I feel with this is you're ready to turn the wheel. You're ready to no longer be, I was going to say be a victim, so maybe be a victim to this abandonment energy, or like you're choosing to step up for yourself potentially, or just be there for you in such a way that helps nurture and heal that part of you that is wounded, but also is strong enough to be discerning and, what do I want to say about this? Break the cycles. The Wheel of Fortune can often be about karmic cycles, and the Queen of Swords is there as well. Like, see, actually now I see the progression. So while at the moment you might feel very 5 of Pentacles, or there are times, you know, in the recent past that you felt this way, trust that this cycle, I was going to say vicious cycle, could be that, okay, could resonate like that. This cycle is changing. Like, you are changing, you are growing, you are learning from this, you are taking the help. Maybe at times you got to sit with it and you don't want to take the help, and that's all right. That's just part of processing. You're still fine on your journey, like, you know. There's no delay, but when the time is right, which I feel is now, you are letting that wheel turn. You're dusting yourself up, you're picking yourself up out of that energy, and you're being there for you. And you're ready to speak your truth. You're ready for change. And if this is a conflict with a friend or a partner or a family member that you're just not speaking with anymore, there's distance. What I see here for many of you, well, it is different for everyone actually. For some of you, this is an opportunity to speak and really heal things with this person. For others of you, this is to break the cycle and leave this person completely and move away with your journey. She does have the cup of water, the emotion in a cage here. So she's like thinking with the head, not the heart, to really overcome this challenge. And in the outcome energy, we have the 8 of Wands, 4 of Pentacles, and the Knight of Wands. So this energy is a bit funny in that it is full force ahead, like lots of streamlined energy in a certain direction, but then there's also a bit of a whoa, nice and steady energy as well. That may resonate in some way for you. But I do see a lot of movement and travel here with the 8 of Wands, Knight of Pentacles in a certain direction. But this direction, it's like what I'm getting from this is that you've learned from this, right? The 5 of Pentacles. And it's like I want to move forward in such a way that I move from the 4 of Pentacles to the Knight, in a sense. Like, I feel like what I mean by that is like jumping from, what do I want to say? Like, you're ready to do, not that you haven't already looking at the 7 of Pentacles, but you're ready to continue, I want to say, that groundwork. 21:12 on the recording when I saw that, so maybe some mirroring going on in a connection. But you're ready to do this groundwork that sets you up for stability within self. Not with regards to a relationship, not with like anything like that. Like, that's one of the biggest things you're probably learning in this situation, is how to be good with you and be there for you in all cases, at all times. There's a lot of communication coming your way. And some of this is about planning for the future. So some of you might be planning a little trip with somebody, or somebody, what do I want to get? I'm going to get a little bit more. Knight of Pentacles, confirm that one for me, please. Okay, I'm just being drawn to the adornments all over the horse. And what I see with that is like, literally adorn yourself. Like, and when I say that, it doesn't always mean physically. I mean, I did say literal, so yeah. But like in the sense that just in everyday life, like enjoy those sweet little details of your journey. Like that's what I really am picking up from that. So if you're, I don't know how to give an example right now because I don't know why I feel so, I don't know, you know, and that maybe that's representative of where you're at. Like I just don't know. But like, you know, spend a little extra time zhuzhing something up. You know, I don't know what that means. Maybe it's fluffing the couch cushions. I don't know. But it feels like just enjoy this. Like you could be doing something, but then you can really be enjoying the extra bits that come with that. Like, so I feel like it's like enjoy the bits that come with that. So what I was grabbing in confirmation came out. Oh, the Tower. I didn't see that before. So the Tower, the High Priestess, and the Lovers. 10 of Pentacles is on the bottom. The Star is here. The Magician, the Page of Cups, the Empress, Holy Wow. So there's a lot of pain here, but there's also a lot of healing. For a lot of you, there's a reconciliation. There's after something very painful. It's actually so hard to say because some of you, Hermit, are not exactly. What else is there? Emperor. Wow. Lots of major arcanas coming out at this point in the reading. Gemini's energy, Aries, and Pisces here. What is all of that? The Devil. Capricorn is in the chat. Yeah, whoa. Okay. So overcoming toxic, codependency. Overcoming codependency. Maybe that's to the level of toxicity. Maybe it's just like, you know, being aware. And being very honest and communicative with the people around you so that everyone benefits and that you can move forward in a way that is honoring and serving everybody in situations. So it's just like more conscious choosing is what I feel here. What's that? The King of Pentacles now as well, the Three of Cups. So there's definitely this, you know, reconciliation, reunion type energy, or just like healing in a relationship, finding more stability. The Sun, the Knight of Cups, there's lots of romance here, but it's come from a, like, you've had to go through something together. Maybe it's just a minor thing this week. Like for some of you, this could be a much bigger thing that you've been working through with this person for months, or with yourself for months. Like, everyone will call it a little differently, but that is the energy there. So over to the Oracle cards, we have got Standing Stones, Passage. And when you see this card, it is about a pilgrimage. It's about a spiritual journey. It's about like this, knowing that what the path you're on, this situation, like everything that you're being guided towards and you've come through, is all to do with your bigger picture, your bigger journey. And that was actually a message for group 1, so maybe you were drawn to there. But yeah, the Standing Stones are often you know, considered a sacred site at the beginning of somebody's spiritual journey. So it is time for you to embark on this new journey. You probably already have. I kind of do feel that you already have come well along your way, and it's a deepening. We have personal resolution. A personal issue reaches resolution. Full moon in Cancer. So a culmination, right, of experience here. When we see a full moon, we've just come off a full moon. If you're listening at the time of recording, that was an eclipse too. So, yeah, we definitely see it out throughout the tarot here as well. In that you've been you've been working through something here with somebody. 2 of Cups is later in the week, so there is a resolution, there is reconnection there. So you've got Mum, is it Choli, or I'm not sure how to pronounce that exactly. And that was the beautiful card that has the mirroring representation here of this. Like, this is the first card out on your reading today. So this is past energy, and this is what is growing from that. So like, do believe in yourself and what you've been nurturing, because it is actually going to take a lot of it's a lot of space in your life. Like it's really going to go big eventually one day. So yeah, maybe that's, and I see the Six of Wands, maybe some of you that you're working online and you're going to go big, like what you're working on, don't give up on it. Like keep showing up, consistency, like, and learn through the journey, learn through the pain, the tears, the perceived failures, you know, like just keep showing up, because you're going to blow up. Like people are going to see your work. So in this card with root here, imagine your spine extends down into the earth like a tap root. The strong central root under the tree, through the earth to the point on the sun's path below. Latin for bottom of the sky. The imum choli, is it? Or choli? Is, or IC, points to the memories and experiences that fed your first roots, your early home life, your family's traditions, and biological and emotional heritage. The action of this card is look to the roots. Think about what makes you feel at home and secure. What creates sanctuary for you? Investigate the foundations and become conscious of the traditions and assumptions that underlie this situation. Lean into habits that help you feel secure and grounded. If you enjoyed your childhood family traditions, you can help and feel safe and strong in a storm. If you grew up in chaos, you may crave the opposites, so you create your own quiet sanctuary. If you grew up around arguments, arguing with people at home may seem normal to you, but that may not be the case for your housemates. So you may need to learn to present your points in a more transformative, less combative way. The IC also speaks to deeper roots, the spiritual, religious, or philosophical underpinnings of your early life. Just as the fish doesn't notice the water it swims in, it can be hard to see the spiritual assumptions you swam within as a child. These philosophical underpinnings could give you a deeper connection to spirit or leave you feeling restricted or judged. Whether they imbued you with unconscious habits or were that from which you rebelled, until you examine these deep roots, they will define your foundational paradigm. The challenge of this card is unconscious patterns from your personal history may underlie the situation and need excavation. The gift of this card is build roots of your own. Feel your spine extend like a deep taproot of the tree into the ground. Feel the strength of the earth pulsing up through you, holding you strong through any storm. There was a message of the willow in another group as well, which is like that flexibility. I think that was group 2. So you have 2 animal spirits here. You have the porcupine spirit, time for beginner mind. And I'm just also like noticing that it is a spiky one. You wouldn't want to grab it the wrong way. So, you know, people better be careful with you because you might be a little spiky at the moment and they want to approach you correctly. And that feels good, like that feels right. That's okay. Yeah, there's maybe there's a little bit of self-protective barriers here that you might want to soften, but like I don't want to really say that too much because it's a general and everyone's a little different, and I feel your spikes are serving you a little bit here. But then in a sense you'll know if it's like I do need to investigate that. You've also got peacock spirit, let it shine, and when the way the heart and maybe the throat of this, it's the heart in the eye of the feather, but it's also at the throat. And what I saw when I saw that is like really speak your truth with somebody and speak from the heart, and it's okay to do so. It's safe to do so. Let it shine. Let yourself shine. Again, 6 of Wands added message, like, whoa, you are really, like, this is a really strong message for those of you that want your work to be noticed by the public or by the world or just to be seen in a certain light. It will happen. It is happening. Let it shine, peacock. We have a bunch of self-care stuff. Let's clear a spot. So many. I didn't know that I had this one. It sort of came as an extra and I saw it just a moment ago. Flow like water. I like to see that in this reading because it kind of really works that it is a time to just go with the flow. We have create art, but it's not just create art. When I saw this one, I felt like it's like create whatever that thing is you're creating, you know, or that thing you feel encouraged to create but you haven't started yet, or that thing that you started but you haven't finished, you know, like there's something you're meant to bring to life. So go and create it, put your efforts into it. You have health checkup. This can be any type of health checkup. You'll know what you need. You'll find what you need. Energy medicine, physical medicine, nutritional medicine, mental health, like anything. You have clear your energy. So, you know, maybe it is energy medicine. Clear your energy field. Something you can do with yourself or for yourself. Bit of sage, bit of music, bit of dancing. There's so many beautiful ways to do that. It's also like when I see that, it's like there's been a bit of negative thinking, there's been a bit of pessimism or sadness, and it's like just do something for you to clear that and lift your vibration, because I think that's going to be helpful. And I've kind of like want to say that I know you're going to do that. Like I think, yeah, you will. Your personal power this week to remember is that you are divinely guided. You can trust in that insight that comes through you, and you can trust that where your path is headed. You can trust that you are safe on this path. So then we have some tea leaf oracles, and we got a couple of cool ones. So we got marriage, came out very firm first, and then followed by June. So for some of you, maybe that is a marriage anniversary. Maybe it doesn't have to be literal marriage, but you feel like a spiritual marriage to somebody. June might be a very special month for you, and that is next month at the time of this recording. So there's definitely a deepening of connection, and I don't want to spoil a proposal in June, but hey, maybe. It does, like I said though, it doesn't have to be a physical marriage. It can be a deepening part of a partnership that feels like a marriage. We have gravel, involvement with the law. Don't really know what I feel with this one. Maybe we'll just get a little page of cups. Yeah, nothing too concerning. Like if anything, it's the law that is on your side and will help you. Or maybe it's to legalize a marriage. We have needle and thread. A sincere wish will be granted. That felt so sweet when it landed as well. 3333 at the time of recording. This has been a long one. Sorry, guys. And bag, something important such as a new job or a raise. So really super positive tea leaf oracles. And honestly, this reading feels like although you may have some internal struggles and things you're working through, or things that don't seem to be totally going your way, you're in a really great place with a lot of blessings, and everything is going to be just fine, group 3. So that's what I have for you, and I'm going to leave it there. I hope you've enjoyed this reading. I hope it's given you some sort of comfort, clarity, or guidance. I look forward to reading for you all again next week. Bye.